Here we go, here we go, here we go. More Mary. Hello, good morning. Welcome back everyone to another episode of More Mary. I am your host, Miss Mary Lou. Welcome back to the show, my Teatime family. It's so good to see you here. Hey, this week is gonna be a part of a two-part series. This was inspired by a video I saw over on Erica Fox's Retro Flame channel. It's really lovely if you're into like fashion, lifestyle, vlogs. You're gonna love her. Go ahead and tell her that I said hi. And she did this video called What It's Really Like Living in New York. And I thought, I live in a cool like major city in the United States. It would be kind of nifty to do a video like that. But also, I haven't really talked about how I got here. I'm not from California. I'm from the opposite end of the country, from New York State. So I thought, why don't I make this two videos? Today's video will be about how I moved across the country and what that is like. And then next week will be what it's like living in LA. I got some tea. We're ready to go. It's been a while since we have made a Lego movie reference on this show. And before we hop into today's goodness, if you have not subscribed to the Miss Mary Lou channel already, you are seriously missing out. Please hit the red subscribe button below and the little notification bell so you know when I upload. And let's talk about how to move across the country, okay? So I know that there are some people in my life and there are some of you in my audience here who have been like, how the heck do you even begin to do that? Of course, a part of the preparation, which can be a little difficult to talk about, is money. I know. You have to be able to have it to do most things in our capitalist society. It can really stink when you don't have it. I feel your frustration because this is the number one thing I hear from people. Me personally, I moved with my best friend, my boyfriend. So we did it together as a team, which definitely helped a lot. I've heard some people say you should save at least $10,000 on your own before you move, but that can be a really long time. And if you're living at home or in a place where you really don't want to be, the struggle is so real. That would be a really, really nice cushion. But between myself and my boyfriend, we had between $9,000 and $10,000 saved up between the two of us. And it actually worked really well. A large portion of that came because I decided not to take a car with me. About half of that amount came from the decision that by the time I got into LA, we were either gonna have to carpool or I was gonna have to buy a car. So how did we make that stretch? Well, I think we did a pretty good job. For our moving out here, we decided to meticulously plan it. We figured since we're doing the big drive anyway, why not take like a little bit of time? So we decided to take a full 10 days to drive across the country. We booked the cheapest hotels we could find. So say we wanted to stop in St. Louis, Missouri to go and visit the City Museum, which we did and which was amazing. So instead of staying in St. Louis, we decided to stay just outside of it. This did a couple of things. Staying just outside of a major city saved a lot on hotel costs. I don't think we spent more than $80 on a hotel room, and that was even a really fancy one outside of the Grand Canyon. And then also, for me and my body personally, I don't do terribly well driving in a car for long stretches, so that way we would drive a couple hours, do something for the day, and then drive a couple of more hours, and then stay outside the next city on the other side the next night. We did spend a couple extra days with family. That was really, really nice. If you have friends and family and you are driving somewhere, they would love to see you. So you make sure you give them a heads up you're coming, okay? Also, instead of like going out to breakfast every day, we carried around a little like hot water heater thing and we just had oatmeal every day. And that cut down on costs a lot as far as the move goes. And we were able to ship 200 pounds pounds of stuff for $200 through Greyhound, actually. So it was all like ground shipping, basically. Music books, pots and pans, that kind of stuff. We dropped it off shortly before we set out for the drive, and then it arrived like not that long after we got there. And then everything else we fit into our little red car that we drove across the country. So our next part in preparation obviously is, you know, downsizing your stuff. Okay, if you have the means to like take several moving trucks, a long distance, a short distance, whatever it is, good for you. That's amazing, because that was definitely a cost we had to take into account. Was we weren't moving with any furniture from our apartment. I like to kind of purge my closet, my belongings periodically, a few times a year, because it just feels really good. And this was kind of like the ultimate version of that, because in the car we wanted to keep more important things. And then if you are like staying overnight and all of that, the things that you need every day have to be within reach. So your spare clothes for the trip, your toothbrush. So we actually put our little like travel carry-on suitcases on top of everything in the back seat to make it easily enough accessible. Still a little bit of daily puzzle work. Other than that, I think we made out pretty good. One last thing that I do want to mention, we happened to be working at a corporation that had locations where we were going to be moving to. So another reason why we were able to cut down on the cost of moving expectancy was because we were able to actually just transfer jobs. I know other people who have done this and it's worked out well for them. It also made it really great for finding an apartment, because we could say, hey, we already have jobs. I know a lot of people that have done that, actually, now that I think about it. And you knew you would have a job when you moved out. And like, that's a little bit of peace of mind. Yes, I'm all for going for great adventures. And if you don't work at a corporation that would be able to transfer you like that, it's okay. But for myself and other people who I know who have done it, it's been certainly beneficial. So in conclusion, the hardest part about making a big move can be deciding you're gonna do it. That can be the hardest part. And I know that. But if it's a thing that you want, that you think about all the time, whether you're miserable where you are, whether you really wanna be somewhere else where you're going because there's more career opportunity or just different weather, you can do it. You can 100% do it. And with a little bit of planning and hopefully a little bit of insight from me, from someone who's actually picked up their life, I just wanted to provide a little insight and advice. So thank you so much for watching part 1 of this 2-episode series. I super look forward to talking about what it's actually like living in California, in Los Angeles specifically. California is a big state, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Have you made a big move in your life that was your choice? I would really love to know your stories in the comments below. And last and most important of all, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on Tuesday. Hello! Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of More Mary. If you want to hang out on the internet every day of the week and not just here on YouTube on Sundays and Tuesdays, all of my social media links are down below. I look forward to seeing you on other places of the internet. Thank you for being so wonderful in the comments always. You're great. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye. Life goes on. The life goes on.